Hello everyone, welcome to the 25th part of microcontroller architecture and programming. So in this part we are going to interface DAC 0808 with a 8051. DAC is nothing but a digital to analog converter, and this is a device widely used to convert digital values to analog signals. It does the reverse operation of a ADC. The resolution of DAC depends on the number of binary bits input to it, and the common ones are 8, 10 and 12 bits. So here also the resolution of DAC depends on the number of bits. As the number of bits increases, resolution of DAC also increases. And 8 input DAC provides 256 discrete voltages or current levels of a output. So the 12-bit DAC gives the 4096 discrete levels. So here the 8-bit DAC block diagram is given. So here 8 D0 to D7 digital inputs are available and one analog output pin is there. So actually DAC gives the output in a current form, and we can convert that current into the voltage using a resistor. So here is a operating principle of a DAC. In the DAC 0808, the digital inputs are converted to corresponding current I out. Then by connecting a resistor to the I out pin, the current will further convert to the voltage level. The total current provided by the output I out pin is a function of the reference current I reference and is given as, so I out can be given as a I reference into all the digital inputs. They are connected to this DAC. So D7 by D2 plus D6 by D4, D5 by 8 up to D0 by 256. So in this way we can calculate the I out, and now we can convert this I out into voltage. So we know that V is equal to IR. So we can calculate V out equal to I out into RO. RO is nothing but the output resistor that is connected to this I out pin. So let's take the example. Assume that RO, that is nothing but the output resistor that is connected to I out pin to convert that output current into the output voltage. So that is connected as a 5 kilo ohm. Then there are two reference resistors we have connected. One is of a 1 kilo ohm and another is of a 1.5 kilo ohm. And using a standard 5 plus 5 volt supply connected to V reference plus, calculate the V out for the following binary inputs. So here two inputs, binary inputs are given, and we have to calculate the V out for that particular input. So our first input is 1001 1001, that is nothing but the 99H in hex, and 1100 1000, that is nothing but the C8H in the hex. So to calculate the V out for this given input, we have to calculate the I reference, because I out is equal to I reference into the digital value of the digital value or digital output input value of the digital input. So here we have to first calculate the I reference. Again, I equal to V by R. So here we can calculate the I reference equal to input voltage divided by the total reference resistor connected to the DAC. So here two reference resistors we have used, that is 1 kilo ohm and a 1.5 kilo ohm, and input voltage is 5 volt. So I reference equal to 5 volt divided by 1K is nothing but 1000 ohm and 1.5K is nothing but a 1500 ohm. So we get the I reference equal to 2 milliampere. Now we have to calculate the I out for the first input, that is 1001 1001. So here the first example, that is nothing but the 99H in hex, and that its equivalent value in decimal is 153. So I out can be calculated as I reference into the digital value or the decimal value of the digital input divided by 256. So we get the I out for 1001 is 1.195 milliampere. And now this I out convert into V out. So V out equal to I out into R out. So here I out is nothing but 1.195 milliampere and R out is nothing but 5 kilo ohm. It is nothing but the 5000 ohm. So we get the V out for this first digital input is 5.975 volt. Similarly, we can calculate the V out for the second given digital input, that is nothing but the 200 in decimal. So I out is 1.562 milliampere and the V out is 7.8125 volt. So in this way we can calculate the V out for any given digital input. So here is the pin diagram for DAC 0808. So it is a 16 pin IC. So it has a 8 different digital inputs and 1 output pin. Sorry. So here pin 1 is not connected, that is NC, not connected. Pin 2 is a ground pin. This is used for the ground reference. Then pin 3 is VEE, that is a negative supply pin. Minus 12 volt supply can be connected to this pin. Pin number 4, this is special pin for the current out or I out pin. So the minimum current that will be available on this pin is a 0.0 milliampere when all the digital inputs they are equal to 0, and the maximum current that will be available on this pin is equal to I reference when all the digital inputs they are equal to 1. Then pin number 5 to pin number 12, these are nothing but the A1 to A8 digital input bits. Pin number 13 is nothing but the VCC, where we have applied the positive power supply. Pin number 14 is a positive reference voltage pin and pin number 15 is a negative voltage reference pin, and pin number 16 is a compensation pin that is connected to ground through a capacitor. Sorry. So here is the connection of a DAC 0808 with a 8051 microcontroller is given. So this is the microcontroller and this is DAC 0808. So the digital inputs pins from D0 to D7 of a DAC, they are connected to the port 1 pins from P1.0 to P1.7 of a 8051 microcontroller. Then plus 5 volt supply is given to the pin VCC. Then plus V reference pin of DAC is connected to plus 5 volt supply through a 5 kilo ohm reference resistor. Then this I out pin is connected to the non-inverting op amp. This will use to convert the current into voltage. So here the output will be given, output voltage that will be available at this pin. Then minus V reference pin is connected to the ground through this second reference resistor 5 kilo ohm, and this ground pin is connected to ground. And this VEE pin is connected to negative voltage, that is minus 12 volt and this compensation pin is connected to this negative supply through this capacitor. So this is the circuit connection of a DAC with a 8051 microcontroller. So here our second example, in order to generate a stair-step ramp. So set up the circuit as shown in previous slide and connect the output to an oscilloscope, that is nothing but the CRO. Then write a program to send data to the DAC at a port 1 to generate a stair-step ramp. So it is very simple. We have to generate a stair-step ramp signal using the circuit. So here this is our starting or the initial instruction. That means we are initializing the program at this address. Using instruction clear accumulator, we are making the content of accumulator equal to 00H. Now move P1 comma A. Using this instruction, we are sending the data to the DAC. Now increment accumulator. So after incrementing the accumulator, now the content of accumulator will be equal to 0, 1, H. Here we are making the accumulator equal to 0. We are sending this 0 value to port 1, and now again we are incrementing this accumulator. And A called delay. Let the DAC work and recover. So wait for some time, then yes jump again. So it will jump to this location again, where the incremented value of accumulator that is given to the DAC again. So this loop will be executed up to FFH. So it will generate the first step. So here after incremented value of A, so here is the initial value that is given to the DAC is 0. After incrementing this accumulator equal to 1, so this first stair is generated. So A called delay. So here this flat of the first staircase will be generated. After that we are jumping to this instruction. So the incremented value that is again loaded to the port 1, and again the second step will be generated. So in this way up to 255H these stairs are generated. When the content of accumulator will be equal to FFH, and after incrementing the content of accumulator, we will get the value FFH plus 1, that is 100H, that is 100H. But the capacity of accumulator is equal to 8-bit only, so it will discard the first one and it will contain the 00H. So after again giving the value 00 to this DAC, it will move to 0, and again it will increment the A, and again it will generate the next staircase ramp, and again it will move to the 0. So in this way this staircase ramp will be generated using this program. Now the next example is for the circuit of figure in previous that we have shown in a previous slide. Write a program to generate a sawtooth wave. Now we have to generate a sawtooth wave using DAC. So again this is a simple program. We are loading the value 255 into R0. Now here we are making the content of accumulator equal to 0 using instruction move A comma hash 00H, and we are sending this value of accumulator to the DAC using instruction move P1 comma A. Again we are incrementing this value of A. Now here we are comparing this accumulator content of accumulator with R0 using instruction CJNE, that is compare jump if not equal. That means content of accumulator if not equal to R0, then jump to back. Now after incrementing the value of A is a 0, 1H, so that is not equal to 255, so jump to back. Here again that incremented value will send to the DAC. Again A is incremented, so this loop will be executed till the content of accumulator equal to 255. So in this way the first ramp is generated, because here the accumulator will be continuously incremented, and that incremented value is continuously sending to the port 1. No delay generated, so we get this continuous ramp. So after reaching the value 255H, so controller will come out of this loop, and here is the next instruction is sjump repeat. So it will jump to this location repeat, where the content of accumulator we will make 0, and this value is given to the port 1, that is sent to the DAC. So it becomes 0, and again it will increment the accumulator till the content of accumulator will be equal to 255. So in this way the second ramp will be generated, and again after reaching to this value 255H, it will come out of the loop, and it will jump to the location repeat, and where the content of accumulator again that can be make equal to 0. So in this way the sawtooth wave is generated. Now the next example where we have to generate a sine wave for the same circuit diagram that we have shown in previous slide. So here full scale 10 volt output voltage sine wave we can generate. If the output is connected to CRO, draw the display on the CRO screen is given. So to generate that sine wave, we have to do some calculation first. So here, assume 10 volt full scale voltage for the DAC output, and we have to calculate V out. We have to calculate that values that should be loaded to the DAC to generate the sine wave. That can be calculated using the formula, that is 5 volt plus 5 sine theta. So a table is drawn up to list the magnitude of the sine of angles between 0 and 360 degrees. And the table values are integer numbers representing the voltage magnitude for the sine theta. And table gives the angles, the sine values, the voltage magnitudes, and the integer values representing the voltage magnitude for each angle with a 30-degree interval. So here is the table. So here table angle versus voltage magnitude for sine wave is calculated. Here angles, we have taken here the angles with a 30-degree interval. So 0, 30, 60 degree, 90 degree, in this way up to 360 degree. We have taken the difference of a 30-degree angle. So here for this angles, sine theta values we have given over here, and then we have calculated the V out using formula 5 volt plus 5 sine theta. So 5 volt plus 5 into, these are the sine thetas for this particular angles, and we have calculated the V out. And now the values which we have to give to DAC to generate a sine wave, this can be calculated using the formula V out into 256 divided by 10. For example, this 238, this value is calculated here. The V out is 9.33 into 256 divided by 10. So we get the 238. So we have calculated all the integer values for all this V out using this formula, V out into 256 by 10. So here is the program to generate a sine wave. So here, look at here ORG 300H, we have defined a table using a data byte data type or data directive data byte. So here we have put all that values that we have calculated from 0 to 360 degree with a 30-degree interval that we have written over here in table. So the starting address of this table is 300H. That means at initial value we have the value 128. Then at the address of 301 we have a value 192, like this. So this is the table. Now here is the main program. So here our first instruction is move dptr comma hash table. So here dptr, we are using this dptr, we will use this dptr as a pointer. So we are loading this dptr with the initial value of the table, and the initial value of this table using this hash table is 300H. So now the content of dptr is a 300H. Now here second instruction is move r2 comma hash count. So here we are using r2 as a counter, and here hash count, this will give the values that will be available into the total values, number of values that will available into this table. So they are nothing but the 13. So this will r2 will loaded with the value 13. Now next instruction is clear 8. That means clear accumulator. So we are making the content of accumulator equal to 0 0 using this instruction. Next instruction is move C a comma at the rate a plus dptr. So here at the rate, this represents, this is a pointer. So here the content of accumulator plus the content of dptr will generate the address of this values. Now the content of accumulator is 0 and the content of dptr is the initial value of table, or the initial address of this table is 300H. So we will get a plus dptr equal to 300H, and as pointer is given, so this will load the content of address 300H to this accumulator, and the content of first address is 128. So this first value will be sent to this DAC using instruction move P1 comma A. Now increment dptr. So after incrementing dptr, or after execution of this instruction, the content of dptr will be 300 1, the next address. Here the instruction DJ and Z, decrement jump if not 0. What we have to decrement? R2. Content of R2 is 13. Decrement R2, and if it is not 0, then jump to back. So it will jump to here. Again, clear the content of accumulator. Now move C, comma, A, comma, @ A plus dptr. Now the content of dptr is 301. So the value of this location 301, that will be loaded into accumulator, and that is nothing but 192. So this will be sent to the DAC. Again dptr will be incremented. So this will be repeat up to this value that is sent to the ADC. So in this way, repeatedly we are sending this value, so we get the sine wave. So here is the view of a sine wave that will be available on the CRO. As we have taken the difference between 2 degrees is a 30, or interval of a 30 degrees. So this is looking like this. If you get a fine sine wave or a better look of a sine wave, use the difference of a 2 degrees and calculate the values that should be sent to the DAC. So you will get the smooth sine wave. So this is the assignment. All the questions depending on this topic I have given over here. Solve the assignment. Thank you.